Donald Trump's hands are suddenly completely rotten. What is going on with Donald Trump's hands? Once again, yesterday, during Donald Trump's UK trip, and today, everybody who saw these pictures started noticing what is going on with Trump's right hand. It is no longer sort of subtle makeup on a small part of Donald Trump's hand. It is like a bright yellow, almost white, thick patch of concealer of some kind. And it is growing and growing and growing. Before the MAGA crowd jumps in, these are hands of someone with some kind of health issue. Now, if this were Joe Biden, Fox would have a 24/7 story. Is Biden dying? And yet with Donald Trump, they no longer even talk about it. They've gotten their bogus explanation from Caroline Leavitt. He shakes hands so vigorously with people that he just has bruises. Well, that might explain the right hand, at least theoretically, but Trump's never shaking hands with his left hand. How does it explain the bruises on his left hand? This is not the first time that we are seeing this. It's getting worse. We're also increasingly seeing Donald Trump struggle to walk down ramps. He's slurring his way through speeches. He's wandering off at events. And now his hands look like they are rotting from the inside out. At another moment during this event, Donald Trump fell asleep. He was next to King Charles. King Charles is delivering a speech. And here is Trump, just unable to stay awake. Remember, we were told Sleepy Joe was the problem.
Our countries have the closest defense, security, and intelligence relationship ever known. In 2 world wars, we fought together to defeat the forces of tyranny.
And Donald Trump just cannot stay awake. And we were told, of course, that Joe Biden's the sleepy one. And it's Trump who's nodding off in public while his hands are turning purple, we think, except it's covered with thick, almost white makeup. So at this point, we don't even know what color Donald Trump's hands are. Put it all together. Bruised, swollen hands, confusion, swollen ankles, regularly sleeping on the world stage at events where you would think adrenaline would at least be somewhere keeping you awake. So this is not a guy in command. And this is not a guy projecting strength. Now, what's the bigger issue? The bigger issue is that the administration of total transparency that we were promised is being as opaque as you could possibly imagine. There is nothing that will get them to stop ignoring this unless they are pushed to give some completely nonsensical explanation. If it were anybody else, they would be screaming medical crisis. Something is going on with Trump's health. I'm not a doctor, so I can only speak to what doctors have pointed out, but we are not being told the story. And we were told that the problem with health transparency was Biden. Every accusation that we heard during the Biden administration seems to quickly be turning into a confession. Now, are we ever going to learn the truth of Trump's health? I believe we will. It may be when Trump's gone, but I do believe at some point, we are going to learn what it is that went on here. And this only got worse this morning. And I want to talk about that next.